I am recording. So welcome, welcome. We are so excited you guys are here to talk about the Soul Naturals business opportunity. Um, I hope that you guys will learn a lot and ask lots of questions. It is a business opportunity as unique as our products. If you are someone who has been taking our products for a while, you would agree that they are unique and they are amazing, just like the business opportunity. So, first of all, we just wanted to say thank you. We know you're busy. We know that this is taking some time away from your family. You might hear mine upstairs stomping around. So, we have families too, and so we really get the commitment. And so we just wanted to say thank you. All right, so I wanted to start with a little bit and just kind of squash those fears and hesitations right from the start. So I know what you're thinking, even though I'm not psychic. I know what you're thinking, that you're not great at sales. And so we kind of wanted to start right there because I know that that is something that comes up a lot when we're talking to people about the business opportunity. And I want to start by saying, thank you that you're not great at sales, because none of us are great at sales. My education is actually an elementary education. I have no sales background whatsoever. Either does Steph. I don't think Amy does either, or most of our team. So if you're not great at sales, it's actually a good thing, because we focus more on sharing our hearts and sharing genuinely than we do on sales. And that is something actually can work as a disadvantage if you're like super into sales. So if you're not great at sales, you're in the right place. All right, another thing, I know what you're thinking, I don't know enough people. So we all know some people, right? And we all come in with some sort of network, but what we are really great at is teaching you how to network and how to build your tribe. And what I mean by building your tribe is, getting to know people who are a lot like you, getting to know people you'd love to work with. And you don't need to know a whole lot of people. We have people on our team who are from itty bitty little towns of 1,000 people or less who are being successful because you have the power of social media, and we can teach you all of that. All right, I know what you're thinking, I don't have enough time. Well, guess what? Donald Trump, Oprah Winfrey, the President of the United States, we all have 24 hours. And so we like to say that we work in the cracks of the day. I started my business right before I got pregnant with my third. And so I had a 2-year-old and 1-year-old at home, soon had a newborn. And I built a business literally in the cracks of my day, whether I was breastfeeding, those midnight feedings. As I was eating dinner or making dinner, I'd be listening to different webinars and things like that. Now my life looks a little bit different, but because my 3 kids are in school, but I can tell you that the majority of the foundation of my business was set when I had a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a newborn. And so really you can figure out a way to build a business really in the cracks of your day. And for you, it might be 30 minutes a day, and that's totally fine. You might build up to the point where you're doing a couple hours a day. Whatever that looks like for you, we can make it work for you. So no matter what your life looks like, you're going to hear from Steph and Amy pretty soon. Steph has 14 different jobs just because they're passion projects. Soul is her number one, but she also teaches like 14 different classes, and she hosts a podcast, and she's temping for a dental office right now, and she volunteers at school, and she goes to church, and she's a mom, and Amy homeschools and works at the dental office and does a gazillion other things. So you can make it work with the time that you have. All right. I know what you're thinking. I need to know more before I can help others. And I can tell you this from the bottom of my heart, that this is not the case. I actually signed up for the business having never tried a single one of the Soul products, which I know looking back, it was kind of nutso, but I really had a great feeling about the company. I'd done my research. I felt like it was a great decision. And before the end of my first week, I had over $1,000 in sales. So you want to talk about somebody who literally knew nothing? I literally barely knew anything. But what I did do was I reached out to my team, and I got really good at finding answers. And if I didn't know, I asked. And that's what a team is for. So, you know, a lot of people will come to me for help with anxiety or with energy. But if somebody comes to me with, perfect example would be a child with ADD. I just don't have a ton of experience of children with ADD, but guess who does? Steph does. Or if I have somebody who comes to me and says, hey, I have IBS. I don't have a ton of experience with IBS, but I can reach out to Amy because she has had that experience. And so you don't need to know a ton, because what you know, and what you don't know, you just ask. So don't feel like you need to know all the things before you can be successful. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, guess what? None of us know what we're doing, right? It is a really learn as you earn kind of a job, if you want to call it a job. Really on an everyday basis, we are using our creativity and we're having fun with it, and we try things and they work sometimes and sometimes they don't. And that is what makes this business so fun, because you have so much ability to make it look like whatever you want it to look like. You know, if you love doing vendor shows, do a ton of vendor shows. If you like hanging out on social media like I do, hang out on social media. If you love having people at your house, you like going on coffee dates, you like talking to doctors, it can look however you want. And you don't need to know what you're doing. You just follow your heart, you share genuinely, and things will happen when it's done in a genuine way. And that is also why we have a team. We have a team of practitioners and social media nerds like me, and gut health specialists and all kinds of other people that are there to help you feel like you know what you're doing a little bit more. So I know what you're thinking, you don't know what you're doing, and it's totally okay. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, so that you all can come into this with confidence and know that you're in good hands, I'm going to introduce Amy. Amy is my longtime friend. She is a member of the top 30 in Solle, which just basically means that she's a rock star. She is a dental hygienist. She is mom to Isabel, Violet, and Cohen, who are amazing. She is the homeschool mama extraordinaire, and I say that because that girl wears so many hats. I don't know how she does it. She is passionate about helping women build businesses that bring freedom to their family, and she's in the process of getting gut health certified in the cracks of her day, just because she thinks that would be fun. So, Amy, let's take you off mute, and you can take it from here.
Hello, everybody. Kristen, thank you for that so much. She's calling me a rock star, and to be honest, it's just every single one of us are women, we're moms, we wear multiple hats, so all of us know what it's like to multitask. And when I got introduced to Solle, I wasn't looking for a business. So I can say with 100% confidence that Solle kind of found me right where I was at. And how fitting is it that I am going to tell you guys a little bit about our Solle products and what makes us so unique, because I fell in love with the products. And then it just kind of spilled out of me. And I always say the rest is history, because literally it is. It just evolved into something that I had never even imagined was possible. So what makes Solle unique? One thing that I love about Solle is that Solle is for everyone. Okay, that's a huge thing. When we're talking about products, we want to make sure that they fit everybody. And so whether you're looking for products for your grandmother who's 101 years old, which I saw a post the other day about, which was very touching, or for children from infancy, guys, Solle is for everyone. So Solle Naturals is super committed to developing products that fits the mind and body connection. This is so huge, because we all know that the body is one component. You don't separate your stomach from your mind. They're all connected. Everything in the body works together fluently. So this is such a big deal that we're treating the body as a whole. Solle is one of the first companies that really takes that philosophy and has run with it. All of our products, you can be rest assured and confident that they're 100% natural, and they are plant-sourced nutrition. So they're not just supplementation. They're a way to give your body holistic, whole nutrition that's non-GMO, it's gluten-free, it has no MSG and no artificial ingredients. And Solle takes this so seriously. They want you to have that confidence, so much so that they do third-party testing on all of our products to ensure that you're not just taking our word for it, but you're taking someone else's word for it. And they also have something called our Solle Certain Guarantee that will tell you guys everything, all the high standards and quality that they put behind this product to make sure that you're getting the best available product brought to you that's potent and that's pure. So they also use these amazing little funky herbs called adaptogens, and it is a high class of herbs. It's safe for you to use every day. Sometimes people are like, Amy, how much of this can I take? Am I going to overdose? And with our products, they are completely safe to use on a daily basis, and you don't need to be worried about how much you're taking of them. And then not just our products amazing, but Soul Naturals takes it to a higher level. And just like I said before, I wasn't even looking for a business opportunity. I had been involved in other businesses in the past. And in all fairness, I had completely sworn off a business. I actually said to Kristen when we first started talking, I'm like, you can talk to me about the products, but please do not talk to me about that business opportunity, because I am not looking for it. I just started homeschooling my kids. I work in a dental office. I lead a MOPS group at my church. I'm maxed out, girl. I have no time. And when I started sharing and when I just started loving these products, and I looked at the business opportunity and what that could mean for my family, the SMART plan that they have in place, the compensation plan that they have truly is like no other company that I've ever been part of. So it has become a huge blessing in my life for my family financially. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the Soul Naturals product line. Okay, as you can see in the picture here, we have 4 product lines. We have the Calm line, the Clarify line, the Balance line, and we have the Lift line. And each one of these lines, they kind of focus on a certain thing. So Kristen has the slide up now for the Balance line. And I will tell you that when I first started with Soul, I was all sorts of out of balance. We have this awesome tool that we use that's called the health assessment, or the product selector. And when I took that health assessment, almost every single one of my products came from the Balance line, you guys, because my life was all sorts of chaos. So when I think about balance, I think about having a level mind. I think about having balanced systems, a system that works together, and kind of a mind that can be at ease. So overall, just kind of an overall balanced wellness. And so we talk about a lot when we talk about health is finding that balance so that you can have that long-term health. We're not looking for short-term solutions, but we're looking for preventative solutions to carry us through to the next stage. And that is what our Balance line represents. And then we have our Lift line. So obviously when you hear lift, what do you think of? I think of energy. All of us could use that, no matter where you are at in life, no matter what phase you're in, whether you're at the infancy stage, whether you have kids who are in middle school and you're fighting that homework train. I've been talking to a ton of people who are having school issues with homework, or whether you're looking for more energy later on in life. That Lift line is going to bring you energy. It's going to help you get stamina. It's going to help you with focus. And just overall productivity, so that we miss that afternoon slump and we can continue going on with our day without feeling like we are just dragging through the afternoon. Our Calm line is actually one of my most favorite lines because, as you guys can tell, like in my day as being a homeschool mom, I need a lot of peace in my life. I need a lot of calming. So in the afternoon, the Calm line is something that I definitely need in my life. And with the Calm line, these products have been formulated specifically to help you deal with everyday stressors that can cause anxiety, that can cause disrupt of sleep. When I think of calming, I think of the body needing to slow down, needing to restore itself, and needing to find rest, because we know that when we're able to rest and when we're able to find that peace or that calming in our lives, that also allows our body to be able to heal. So the Calm line is one of my favorite lines that Soul has, besides the Balance line. And lastly, we have our Clarify line, or our yellow line. So what I like to say is, have you guys ever felt stuck? When I think of clarification, or when I think of clarifying, I think of being stuck and needing to move forward. And that's what this line is specifically formulated to do, to increase your mental stamina, to give you sharper focus, to help you get that physical strength that you need, to help your body get moving forward, and to help all of our systems work together to make that happen for us. One of my favorite things, I know I have a lot of favorites. I think I'm in love with the entire Solle line, to be honest. I don't know that there's one thing I don't love, but the Solle essential oils. I don't know how many of you guys out there are oil lovers like me, but I actually used to be part of an oils company. And the same thing, when I started with Solle Naturals, I had said to Kristen, you can talk to me about those products. I'm so excited to learn about them, but you can just leave the oils out, because I don't want to learn about those. I already have an essential oils line that I love, and I'm not looking for something else. There's only one room for one oil in my life. But boy, was I wrong, you guys. I had been completely marketed. And what I learned when I started learning about the Solle essential oils is that, oh my word, can you get an amazing quality oil that is therapeutic without the high price tag? The Solle Essential 4-pack, it represents 29 different oils in 4 blends. Our oil formulator's name is Jennifer Pressimone, and she works on the National Board of Aromatherapy. And she actually hand selected the oils that are in these 4 blends to represent every single one of our Solle lines. Every single herb that we have in the Solle lines, she found that complementary oil to match what that philosophy or what that mindset was behind that herb that was formulated, or that blend. And she bottled that up into our essential oils, and she brought that to us in the oil form. And they are amazing. You can get all 4 of our oils for $79. And I was spending hundreds of dollars on oils before, and now with these 4 blends and that very inexpensive price tag, I'm able to afford to use essential oils with my family again. And when I say that, I have a lot of passion about essential oils, but I think that one of the other things that really draws me to Solle, if I can just stop and say this a second, is that getting healthy should not break the bank. Getting healthy should not be expensive. And that is my passion, is reaching families with a product that is pure and potent and therapeutic, that doesn't have to break the bank, because everyone should be able to afford to be healthy. And this is the second set of oils that we have. So Jennifer not only made us those 4 amazing oil blends, but she also took it to the next level, and they packaged it up and bottled it and made it these pretty little bottles that are 10 milliliter rollers. We have courage, we have comfort, we have contentment and confidence. And what they did is they took those base oils that we started with, and she just amped it up. She just turned that, upped that ante, and she made those blends even more amazing by adding some oils that act as catalysts, or help to make those oils even more effective than just our basic blends, in an amazing way to apply them. The rollers are super convenient. You can throw them in your purse and take them with you, but it's just, there's such a beautiful packaging too, with all kinds of little descriptions of what the oils do and how to use them. So really, with essential oils, half the battle is trying to figure out, okay, I've got all these oils, what do I do with them? So Jennifer really took the guesswork out of it and gave us a compass. She told us, here are 4 oils, and this is what you can do with them. So not only are they pretty, but they're also practical, and any single person you can recommend them to with confidence, knowing that they're going to go to use. And last but not least, Solle is always up and coming. They're very innovative. They are always looking, how can we formulate a product and stay true to our philosophy and bring you the best product possible. Some of us on our team were privileged to be able to go to Snowbird in Utah this past August. It was one of the most amazing experiences that I've had. We have different times that we can go get together. Actually, we kind of call it like a family reunion. Our team is so dynamic and we're so close, but there's so many of us from all over the country that came together in Snowbird to do some education. And while we were there, we had some new releases. And so we're super excited that we just launched our Infatuate Shake, which is a keto-friendly shake that is high in healthy fats. Healthy fats are super important for the way our body works with our brain health and our gut health connection. So we were able to launch that in August. We also launched one of my favorite products up and coming is NeuroIM, which is a 10 mushroom blend for brain and immunity health. I actually just read our Dr. Allison Caldwell is one of our formulators, and she helps with formulating the products for you. And she wrote a book on the 10 mushrooms that were used specifically for this fat blend. And I read it the other day and was just blown away by the science that went behind this formulation to make sure that we're getting the exact mushrooms that are needed to be the most therapeutic and reach the results that they're looking for to be therapeutic for us in this formula they provided. So NeuroIM, super excited. And then we do know, word on the street, and we're super, super thrilled, we can't wait for this announcement that's coming soon, is that we have a CBD and a Renew capsule that's going to be launching soon. So you guys will want to stay tuned as that's up and coming. So as soon as we get the 411 on that, we'll be ready to share that with you guys as well. All right, so Kristen had, and she introduced me so wonderfully, but Kristen is one of our fearless leaders, you guys. Before I even go through this list of things, I just have to tell you that Kristen has a heart to serve people. She is one of the leaders on this team that literally never stops, you guys. She is there for everybody. She constantly gives of her time, almost to a fault. She is very knowledgeable, social media guru. Like, we go to Kristen with all of our social media questions, but she is a member of the top 30. She is a former inner city Chicago teacher. She is a mother to Autumn, Penley, and Deacon. And she is, like I said, a social media nerd, who called that one out. But she is so knowledgeable about educating us and educating those in the company about social media information. She's super passionate about helping women build businesses that bring freedom to their families, and she's obsessed with learning and lecturing. And so, Kristen, you can go ahead, sweets.
Well, you almost made me cry with that.
Love you.
Oh, thank you. And total teacher mistake, realized that I misspelled infatuate on the left side. So my apologies for that, guys, that noticed that I misspelled that. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit. I do love social media, but my favorite thing about Solle is actually the business aspect of it. And so I really love talking about the business end. And so I kind of wanted to start with talking about what is a Solle specialist. We kind of talked about this a little bit at the beginning, that you don't have to be a health expert or practitioner, but if you are, cool, all the better. You don't already have to be at your health goals. As a matter of fact, are any of us really ever at our health goals if we're really thinking about it? I mean, you are always trying to be better and better. And you definitely don't have to be an experienced sales or business person. I am not. Everything that I know about business or sales or anything like that, I have learned from Google and from podcasts and in books, because I really like to read. And so those are things that all can be learned. The things that are important, if you choose to join our team, which I know you will after watching this because we're fun, is that you need to be willing to learn and to learn as you grow, which basically means that having the confidence to go into something that is a little bit unknown and a little bit scary, but be willing to learn and make mistakes and know that you're going to grow along the way. And you need to be a health story in progress. I was just thinking about who I was 2 years ago when I started Solle, almost 2 years to the date, to where I am now. And I said to one of my friends, man, if I stay in this another 2 years, I'm not even going to recognize myself, because I have just changed so much in a good way. and grown, and my health has continued to be getting better and better. So be a health story in progress, and then be willing to share excitedly about your story, your members' stories, and other stories that you hear within our various groups. And if you can do those things, then you will be successful in this business. All right, so let's talk about some of the benefits of being a soul specialist. So like we talked about earlier, we get to set our own work hours. So, you know, perhaps for you, you work full time, you can start with 30 minutes a day. You can start to build a business in 30 minutes a day. You can work in the cracks of your day. You can work in specific hours of the day because we set our own hours. You know, you get the feeling of entrepreneurship because you're really owning it. And so if the more you work, or the more effective you are, obviously the more income that you'll make, and you get to set your own hours. You get to work in person or online. 99% of my business is online. But I do meet people for, like today, I met somebody for lunch. I'll meet people for coffee. I'll talk to people on the phone. But most of my work is virtual, online. But if you're someone who really, really loves hosting people at your house, or doing vendor shows or something like that, then all the merrier. Work in person. We have a number of practitioners on our team who take appointments throughout the day. So they do a lot of their work in person. As I said, you can work full-time, you can work part-time, and even those of us who are quote-unquote full-time, we're talking 4 to 6 hours a day, and the rest of the day is really devoted to our family. And then that's the most important thing to Soul. We call ourselves Soul Family because we really are. And so this is a picture of my 3 kids with their Soul backpacks on our way to Cancun, Mexico, where we were able to earn a trip and take our kids. And Amy was actually there with her husband, her 3 kids, and her parents. It was really like a family reunion. And Steph and I, we brought our kids, and lots of people bring their kids. I think I saw Satika was on here. She brought her kids. And we really are family, and there's a huge emphasis on making sure that you have enough time for your family, and your family is welcome at all of the Soul events, which, coming from a previous company where that was not the culture, I really, really appreciate that. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the nitty-gritty. So our compensation plan is called the SMART plan, and it's called that for a reason, because it is quite intelligent. And in the fact that it's intelligent, it actually it can vary from month to month, have some variables, which was part of what makes it awesome. So the first way that we get paid is that we do get weekly Soul Quick bonuses. They are 30% of orders paid weekly on new members' purchases of $100 or more. Those get paid out on Thursdays. And we get 45% paid weekly on new specialists, so if anybody joins the team. And those are also paid out on Thursdays. So that is the weekly Soul Quick bonus that comes out each week. Now, the most exciting part is, and the upline bonuses. So as you start to develop a team, you do get paid 10% and 5%, because we do work really, really closely together. So quite often, if I have a customer, I'll ask Steph for help, and as my upline, she would receive 10%. And Amy does the same for me, and so on and so forth. So we do have that team effort, and so that is why they put these bonuses in. But the most exciting part of our month is actually the end of the month, which we are not a network marketing company, we're actually integrative marketing, but we do have a few similarities to network marketing. And having come from a previous network marketing company, the end of the month meant stress. And, you were killing yourself, and you were pushing for these goals and all of these things. And that is not the case with Soul, because we have the SMART plan. And the SMART plan enables you, first of all, to work together as a team to help your teammates reach their goals, because we have the flexibility to move our volume, which is unheard of. I have yet to find another company in this type of business who does that and allows that, and it is so cool. And then we also have what's called the SMART plan, which basically means as you start to build a team, you get paid the highest percentage on your highest level. So what does that mean? That means that you're maximizing your income, right? If you got paid the same across your levels, well, you know, it would just be the same percentage. Or what a lot of companies do is they pay you a lot on those first levels that you have, and then as your business gets bigger, they either cut it off or they pay you less. Well, that doesn't make any sense. As you start to build a team, your levels are going to start to get bigger. So what Solle does is they actually maximize your commissions, which still blows my mind to this day. And they pay you the highest volume or the highest percentage on your highest volume, and then so on and so forth. And then on top of that, we don't have a cap. There's a lot of companies where as you grow bigger and bigger, maybe your 5th level. I was just looking at a makeup company that cut you off at 5 levels. I believe the company that I was with cut us off at 7, some 10, whatever. Well, when you start to build a big organization like what I have almost 20 levels. And so that's where the infinity bonus kicks in. And that means that you are paid a percentage of all orders, 8 levels and below, which is huge. That is a really big deal. Okay, so let's do the Solle rank simplified. So everybody, when they join the team, that's Ashley. She's on our call right now. She's so cute. So everyone, when they join our team, is considered a specialist. The only requirement to be a specialist, and Steph will talk about this in a minute, is once you sign up, you do agree to a $100 monthly order, which pretty much everyone on our team was a customer first for the most part. And so they're already purchasing $100. So, you know, that's it. There's no monthly fees. There's no website fee. There's no customer service fee. There's no club fee. There's no commitment. There's none of that jazz. I used to pay every month to be a part of my previous business. And I actually just got contacted by a company where to sign up for their auto ship program, they actually charge you, which it just blows my mind. They charge you a yearly fee to be put on auto ship. So we don't do any of that stuff. As a matter of fact, as we'll talk about in a minute, you actually get a discount if you decide to go the auto ship route. Okay, once you have $1,000 in volume, including your own order, okay, so this includes your own order, and any volume that may or may not be placed underneath you by your specialist, you're considered a 1K Solle Pro. Same thing for 2K, $2,000 in monthly volume. Our ranks reset every month. And then once you start going into the 3K is when you're probably at this point, you've probably shared the business opportunity with a friend. And so at the 3K rank, you see this blue little circle right here. That means 1 Solle Pro, so that means you have 1 person on your team. So this is what I love, is that you don't feel this pressure to recruit. You can really have the opportunity to be yourself and to recruit naturally, because most of the time the people come to you just because they love the products and they want to know about the business opportunity. I, like I said, came from a previous business where to hit the first rank, I had to have 2 people on my team. To hit the second rank, I had to have 6 people on my team, I believe. To hit the third rank, I had to have like 8. And to hit, you know, any of the higher ranks, I had to have like, I think we figured it out one time, I had to have like 64 people. And it was just like you felt like you were constantly having to recruit. And with Solle, the focus is not on that. The focus is on if someone is interested in the business opportunity naturally, they'll come on over. And so I love that. All right, as we move on to the higher ranks, at 5K, you probably have 2 people under you. 7K, 3 people. This is $7,000 in volume in your organization. 10K, and so on and so forth. So that is the rank simplified. Okay. All right, I'm going to toss it over to Steph. Steph is a mama warrior. She has become one of my best friends, and she's my twin, even though she lives across the country. Side note, only a good friend would drive from Washington, D.C. to the state of Michigan to go camping with us for a weekend and surprise us. So she's pretty awesome. She is also a member of the top 30. She is a certified holistic wellness and gut health specialist. She has this adorable son, AJ. She is the master fitness and cycle instructor. I don't ever want to take one of her classes because I'm afraid. And she is the leader of our team. She, keeps us all motivated, keeps us on task, and she is our big mama bear. And we know how much she loves us, and we love her too. So, Steph, take it over.
Oh, I need Kleenex. Thank you guys for being here. And this is truly, all of our passions. I think you guys can tell that. And what's cool is Amy and Kristen were friends, but I didn't know anybody really that's on our team. A couple of people, but I had come from a different company as well. And a lot of people say, well, of course you're successful. You already had one of those businesses before. And it's quite the contrary, just because, we kind of had to completely rebuild, and it's a completely different approach to health and wellness. It's a much deeper approach to health and wellness. And so just kind of wanted to point that out. And thank you for all of that, Kristen. And yes, Kristen and Amy both just did big, big things in their business. And I didn't know what to do. So I did jump in the car with my son and drove from DC to Michigan to go camping for Labor Day. So that was really awesome. So, okay, so here's just a couple of awesome things about the business as well. There's we get different bonuses and things like that. We just implemented free shipping everywhere in the United States, and then a $5 flat shipping rate to Canada, which is huge, because some of those orders, when they're ordering from different companies, that can cost them up to $30 or $40 sometimes. So that's a really big deal. We also will be opening Mexico pretty soon. We will be talking about that. So excited. We also have our rewards, which Kristen was just talking about, the auto ship program. We also even offer that on very, very first time orders, which is huge, because a lot of companies make you, be enrolled or be ordering for quite some time before you can take advantage of anything like that. But I don't, many companies will say like, oh, hey, if you sign up to be a VIP customer, then you can get a deal, but you pay to be a VIP. And like Kristen said, now some companies are charging you to be on their auto ship, and we are completely opposite. We're actually giving you up to 25%, you guys, on your orders, whether you're a member or a specialist. So that is huge. You'll see that we also offer $25 off for qualifying orders for new members, and that's for every single new member that comes your way through your business. So we're we're just so blessed with, there's just no setbacks or holdups or whatever you want to call it with the business plan or with our members. And so it's so refreshing and such a blessing to be part of that integrative marketing versus, some of these plans that are just really holding people back. We also have it's called the Solle Prime bonus, which gives you an extra $100. And then if the people on your team are also doing it, you actually earn $50 on each of those people as well. So it's kind of like when you learn as you grow. Kristen kind of mentioned that. Like, I still sometimes have no idea what I even was paid on. I'm like, wow, look at this bonus and this bonus and this bonus. So it's just really awesome to be a part of a company that's so, they just really want people to get healthy. They really want the people that are sharing, the business to be taken care of. So it's also really important, I think, to know, that the founders started this company with no debt. We're privately owned. To some of you, that might be very important to know. So we're not going to just all of a sudden do away with any of these systems or bonuses or awesome deals that we have. So yeah, that's exciting. what if you could receive up to $1,000 car bonus? These are all of our cars. That's Kristen's car. That's my car with my little guy down there. You'll see some of the cars. One thing that's really great is that we're able to use our car bonus kind of, as you see, we all have different kinds of cars. You're not required to all have the same car, which is really nice. And this kind of happens, I would say, a little bit early in the business compared to other companies. Other companies, you know, you have to hit very, very high amounts before you start earning that bonus. And ours, it's a really great incentive as you're starting to become a leader in the company. We are constantly traveling. Kristen talked a little bit about that already. You know, we do all bring our kids. That's Deacon and AJ, my little guy. They're like homies for life. You know, they see each other on these types of calls, and we travel everywhere together. Cancun, we've been to Costa Rica all together. We're going to Hawaii. Utah a number of times. You know, we're just constantly going places, and we're all together. And this is company wide. When we talk about like our Solle family, we don't mean just our immediate team. It's like the entire company, which is very, very humbling. It's not something that you will ever see in any of these other businesses. I know, like, where we came from, you know, it was a lot of competition. And so it's really great to know that we're all one big family. And whenever we go anywhere, like the workers of resorts and things like that, they're like, wait, so you guys work together? I don't understand all of the touching and all of the hugging and the tears, and why are you guys so sad to leave each other? And so I know that I always, like, literally just go around and I'm like, just come here. I just want to touch you. Can I just touch you? Come, okay, another hug, you know? So it's really, really awesome. And the biggest thing for me is that I have been with another company where I earned my trips, right? But by earning your trips, you're still paying like up to $1,000 to get there and to pay for your flight, and you had to pay for parts of your room sometimes and all of these other things. And so with our trips, it's completely paid for at certain levels. So like for us, our trips are completely paid for. Our flights are paid for, our rooms are paid for. And as Kristen said, you know, we get to bring our kids, which is very important to us. And so super excited about that. All right. One other thing is, you know, a lot of people sign up for businesses and they never hear from their upline again, or they never have any interaction with their team. And that's just not the case with us. You have lots of exposure to us and to what we offer. So you'll see we have different trainings. We have different levels of trainings. We're constantly in a training, right? So when you start, you get thrown into a 30-day jumpstart, and that's with me. And then as you go further, you get to go into a higher rank or a more in-depth training with Kristen, our social media nerd. So between her and I, we have made every mistake possible in this type of a business. And so we've also spent a lot of money, done a lot of research. Like Kristen is like, she's on the ball. Like, I love to do this kind of stuff, but she loves to do this kind of stuff. And we'll like, we get talking, we talk daily, constantly, and we're always implementing new systems for our team. And she'll be like, all right, are you writing this down? So I now have this little, like, this is like the Steph and Kristen notebook, because once we start going, and this is all since the Neuro IM, just a little plug on our mushroom blend, because we were a little unorganized for a very long time between her and I, and we were also very impulsive. So we look at Amy. We would just like out of nowhere, we'd be like, all right, we're going to change everything, guys. And so it's been really awesome for me. I know how much work it's doing, like reconnecting my brain and my neurons and stuff like that. But like to see Kristen used to literally always be like, yeah, I'm not into details. I just don't do details. And now she's like so detailed and organized. It's like the coolest thing ever to watch. So
I
anyways,
seriously think that stuff is like
yeah,
giving me a new brain. Like my house is even clean.
it's I love watching it because that literally you'd be like, yeah, I don't do details. I don't, or like for her and we just have always done this kind of business. And so we were like, I don't know, you just do it. You know what I mean? Like we had some other trainings going on, but we've just really come together, and with Amy too, and some other people, and just, I mean, we have like system on system on system on system, but Kristen's really, you'll see even in this group, you guys, like the albums and everything is so organized. And so, that's all her. All right, and now these groups are super exciting because they are our team. We have lots of testimony. What's really important, I think, well, I know, is the community and the testimony and everything that we have to offer. So when you sign up for your business, you're not reinventing any wheel whatsoever. So like Find Your Soul is just one of the groups that we have. We also have a kid group. We have, a bunch of other things going on. But you'll see Find Your Soul actually started with myself, Kristen, Amy, and Amanda, another one of our leaders, back in October of 2017. So almost not even 2 years ago. And we have 3,300 people in there. So that's 3,300 people that are using the products, that are getting educated on the products, that are sharing their testimony. And so that's really, really huge. We don't ever want you to come in and try to be an expert, because that's what happens with all of these other companies, you guys. Like, you've heard it, you've got the message, people approach you, and they just think they know everything, and they think that that's how it's going to be, the best way to kind of offer their business or service or products to you. And you just kind of feel like, oh, no thanks. So we're never trying to be the expert. We have, the very detailed health assessment that helps us to see what's going on inside your body, versus us just trying to assume that we know what you should be taking. As I said before, what we have here is much deeper than anything else out there in regards to like, health and preventative maintenance and things like that. Soul on Fire, we have our team page, we have chats, we have all kinds of things, so if there's ever any question and like you can't get a hold of your direct upline or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like we're all one. So you absolutely at any time, I mean, I'm not even kidding, any time of day, if you have a question, you will be answered immediately. And so I know for a lot of people that is really, really important. That is something that from day one, we have just made sure that there's no question. Like you are supported no matter what. And the Soul family, I think we've kind of covered that a bunch already. It truly is a family, from the founders of our company, all of the practitioners, the formulators, every single person that belongs to Soul is truly our family. You'll see in all of these pictures, these are all different trips that we've been on, and everybody, it's truly, there's so much heart and passion. Like I said a minute ago, there's just no competition, there's no comparison. I was a little worried at the first event that we showed up to, because we kind of came into the company and just came in and, did really well. And so I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to like be mad at us? And literally just open arms everywhere. And what's really cool is, everybody has their own strengths. And so we just mesh and we all just work together constantly. We are so, so blessed to have all the practitioners so ready right there in our team. Like, these people have been in the business since it opened. Hey, pretty girl. Our kids also, they're the Solle family too. They know what's going on. They educate people on the herbs all the time. This is autumn. So anyways, we're super, super blessed for the entire company being our family. All right. So the fun part, how do I join? The biggest thing that I really do love about this is that we really don't prospect people, meaning, you know, again, in past ventures that people have been in, what they teach you is like, you have to grow your team. You have to grow your team. You have to, you know, ask people to join your team. And, you know, maybe we'll ask people that have been on the products for a long time, but we're not out there like just blindly recruiting, right? We really value our team. And, you know, one thing that's awesome is that the company itself kind of sets us up for that success, because, for instance, when a member orders from us, they're getting the same wholesale price that we're getting, right? So it's not even one of those things where like, well, hey, but if you just sign up on the team, then you get the discount, right? That used to be the spiel for a lot of us. And now we're just like, hey, we'd love to have you if you're interested. You know, and of course the compensation plan is so amazing. And when people do the research, you know, myself and Kristen and a number of the other leaders, you know, we just kind of knew, or like it was an answered prayer for us. And we just signed up right away. We were like, this is the thing, you know, and then other people take the products and love them. And like Amy said, you're automatically sharing. We're not salespeople. We're not just out there trying to sell people something. We're like, holy cow, this is changing our life. Holy cow, this is changing our child's life. Holy cow, you know, my parents are now able to stop taking this medication, or whatever that looks like. So how do I join? There are a couple of different ways to join. You can just pay $100 to join, and you have no monthly fees. There's no website fees. A lot of companies charge you to have your website. You are not required to have inventory. However, you can have inventory, which that's part of the integrative marketing thing. You know, with other companies, either you had to carry all of your inventory, or they would restrict you to only like one of the products or two per family, or whatever that looks like. You get the success kit with samples and some product information, the $25 gift cards, and then you get obviously access to all of the things that we have to offer, all of the groups, all of the trainings, all of that stuff. And then you'll see that the M2 meeting is the same exact thing. It's a free sign up. And what an M2 meeting is basically whoever you are working with, we can do an online or in-person meeting for 5 or more of your friends. Okay, so just 5 people. It has to have at least one qualifying order of $150 or more, which, you guys, people are ordering like $300 to $800 worth of stuff, because it's replacing everything else that they already have, right? So anyways, with just one $150 or more order, 5 people in your little party, you're actually able to waive the $100 fee. So that's been a really huge hit for us and our team. And the best part about that is, again, you never have to reinvent any wheels. So Kristen has also, and Amy does online happy hours for us and stuff. So they have come together over the years. We have so much amazing content, and all of that is in a Google folder, basically. So we do it for you the first time, and then we show you how to do it. You're able to kind of schedule it out, and we help and we go live in there dependent on, you know, what needs your actual group is looking for. Like Kristen said, if it has something to do, you know, with children and sensory or ADHD or anything like that, I kind of usually had that up. Amy, you know, we're both into the gut health, and so we like to always make sure that we're offering that information that's going to best suit your group of people. So those are the 2 different ways to join. And that's me. I'm really excited always, every day, all the time about Solle. Any questions? We'll see if you guys have any questions, but this is another huge thing, you guys. Research, Google, go to YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, a Solle Naturals YouTube channel. There is so much information there, you guys. We have so many product information sheets. There's nothing hidden with our company or our products, which is huge. The only thing you might ever find if you Google is that sometimes people don't love the taste of Vital at first, and that's something that happens and you get over pretty quickly once you start to feel so amazing. Your body just adapts to those adaptogens very, very quickly. So, any questions? Usually we have like 50 people on here, so it's actually kind of nice to have a smaller one. Yay. Well, make sure to let us know if you guys have any questions. If anybody does decide to book an M2 meeting from this call, I guess I would say by Friday. We always enter you guys in for a drawing we'll do, what should we do this time? We can enter anybody's name in for a drawing for either the Neuro IM or, one of the products or whatever. And the party has to actually be booked. Infatuate. Okay, we can do Infatuate, the healthy fat shake. Anybody else have anything to add? Kristen, anything you want to say? Autumn, what do you want to tell the people?
You want to tell me about my job? Do you like Mama's job?
Yeah.
Why do you like Mama's job? She usually says, I really like your job because everyone's so nice. That's what she usually says.
And because then we always get to see each other.
Uh-huh. It's 9 o'clock here. She's really tired.
No, I'm not tired.
Well, I'm really tired. It's 10 o'clock here.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Well,
you.
thank you all for hopping on. We so appreciate it, and we're looking forward to getting to know you all better. And if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We'll talk soon.